Welcome back to AMV's video about the luckiest people caught on camera. In this video, we'll be showcasing some incredible moments that will make you believe in luck. We've gathered some of the most jaw-dropping footage that will leave you feeling awestruck and filled with wonder. This car was about to overtake a bicycle when the bike suddenly overtook it. Thankfully, the car stopped just in time. How close! This man walked into a store and the sign fell down along with some other things. He was very lucky not to get hit. What a close call. In a supermarket, the father was paying for groceries when the baby he was carrying flipped over. Thankfully, the father caught the baby in time. What a scare. This container and truck almost collided with each other. Oh no, the container is too long. Thankfully, their tails didn't hit each other. How lucky! When this car passed by, someone slipped and fell into a ravine. Thankfully, they weren't hit by the car. What a close call! Luckily, this person filming a nearby tree being struck by lightning was unharmed and probably quite surprised. What a relief! A racing car flew towards the spectators, but luckily no one was hurt. The tire of a car burst and it flew through the air, but thankfully a nearby worker was unharmed and probably felt lucky. A close call. Two cars brushed past each other on the road, but thankfully no one was hurt. This was a very scary situation. A car almost hit a pedestrian, but fortunately they both escaped unharmed. A minor accident occurred when a car backed up into a motorcycle, but luckily no one was injured. This was a close call. A truck almost hit a car, but thankfully the truck managed to brake in time. A rescue worker narrowly avoided being hit by a car that collided with a parked rescue vehicle. How lucky! This was a scary moment. A water dispenser fell and narrowly missed hitting a girl and the shop owner, leaving them both feeling relieved. A lightning strike hit a roadside barrier right in front of a car, but fortunately the car was unharmed. A man and his child were knocked down by a bus, but luckily they were okay and feeling grateful. What a close call! An apartment building collapsed in front of a resident, but fortunately they managed to run away unharmed. Goodness, a child fell onto the train tracks, but fortunately they were rescued before a train passed by. A woman in a convenience store narrowly escaped injury when a car with no brakes crashed into the store, leaving everyone feeling relieved and grateful. These explorers were in the middle of a conversation when suddenly one of them slipped and fell off the cliff. Thankfully, there was water at the bottom of the cliff and he was able to survive the fall. This car lost control and collided with a nearby container truck. Luckily, the container truck was able to avoid the car. These two people crossed the road without looking, almost getting hit by this car. Thankfully, it stopped in time. These two children were walking on the road when they suddenly collided with a container truck. One of them was even dragged along with the truck. Thankfully, both kids were okay. This racing car lost control and overturned. Luckily, the driver was still safe. That's why they have to wear protective gear when racing. This car almost hit a child crossing the road when it tried to overtake. Thankfully, the driver was able to swerve and avoid the pedestrian. Another case of a motorcycle and a car colliding, but this time the motorcycle driver flew onto the roof of the car. Thankfully, he was still okay. These two people on bicycles were crossing the road when suddenly a car sped by. Fortunately, they were able to stop in time and yield the right-of-way to the car. These people were waiting for the green light to cross the road when suddenly two cars collided and almost hit them. Luckily, they were able to avoid the impact. This car lost control and ran straight onto a nearby lawn. Luckily, everyone was able to avoid it and no one was hurt. This dog was guarding the house when suddenly a car crashed into the gate. Thankfully, the dog was able to dodge in time and was not injured. This car's dash cam recorded a scene where a girl suddenly ran across the road while the car was moving at high speed. Oh my god, thankfully the girl ran very fast. The red car was turning when suddenly a black car rushed towards it. Thankfully, the red car was able to stop in time and the black car was able to swerve. A man was moving when suddenly an unmanned motorcycle rushed towards him. Thankfully, he only suffered minor scratches. This person successfully ran across the road while the car was stopping, but he was thrown back and almost fell into the wheel. Thankfully, he was still okay. A close call. This person almost got hit by a truck while crossing the road, but luckily managed to lie down under the vehicle in time. Oh no, this person fell while trying to cross the road and both arms were run over by a car, but thankfully they are still okay. Wow, that was lucky. A bicycle narrowly avoided being hit when two cars collided on the road, with one passing over the bike's front. Phew, that was close. This man narrowly avoided getting hit when two cars crashed into each other, with one hitting a nearby pole. What a relief! Despite the back of the container truck tilting to both sides due to overspeeding, it did not topple over. That was a close one. This motorbike collided with a container truck even after stopping to give way. But fortunately, the rider is still okay. That was a close call. A car almost collided with a container truck when trying to overtake, but luckily managed to avoid it just in time. Thank goodness! This woman avoided getting hit by a car while crossing the road by noticing the danger and stopping in time. Wow, that was lucky. A person standing nearby narrowly avoided getting hit when two cars collided on a slippery road. That was a close one. Another case of two cars colliding and narrowly missing a pedestrian. What are your thoughts on this situation? Thank you for watching AMB's video and sharing the joy with us. If you have your own lucky story, don't hesitate to share it with us by writing in the comments below. Please subscribe to our channel to get the latest videos, and we wish you all the best of luck in life.